When you sit up there and breathe every day and you realize this is air that you are breathing, something that you don't see,
Right.
you only feel. If that's not enough to let you know the power of God and why you should celebrate life, I don't know what else.
But celebrating life, man, it's a beautiful thing.
It's a privilege.
Why celebrate life?
You can breathe.
So we sitting here with Billy McMullen, aka Sensei. If you work with this man, you know what Sensei mean. So this is an episode of Celebrate Life 531. Sensei, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, I'm a Richmond, Virginia guy. Had a chance to play ball at a high level. Went to University of Virginia. Got drafted to the NFL. Played 7 years, and I'm back home helping oodles and oodles of kids trying to get to school, and just mentoring guys to know that there's a lot more in them than what they're showing to the people.
Right, understood. So I'm telling y'all now, make sure y'all listening and paying attention. I feel like Sensei is going to give you some great information. So the first question on this Celebrate Life interview is, how do you celebrate life?
How do I celebrate life? That's an interesting question, man. I've learned to celebrate life. I used to think it was about, and this is a piece of celebrating life. I used to think it was about giving, which that is a piece. Giving of yourself, giving of your time, giving of your resources, your money. That is a major piece of celebrating, because you want people to, I like people to feel good. I want people to feel amazing. I want them, if they meet me one time and I don't see them for the rest of their life, I want them to see that something I said changed their life. Right. So giving of yourself, giving of your resources, giving of your time, your money is huge. And that's, like I said, that's a huge part of life, but that's a very minor part of life, because you can do that and still not live in the moment. Celebrating life is really about living in the moment, not looking forward to next year or next month or what you did previous 2 months. Is actually somebody taught me how to do that, to actually live in the moment and be like fearless and amazing in that moment. And it's a wonderful feeling. And in that moment, you got everything you need. If you understand what time really is, time is forever and it's infinite, and is no such thing as there's no such thing as 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock when that moment is happening. You think about it. When times are hard, it's feel like that hour's 18 hours.
Yeah.
When times are good, it feels like it's 2 minutes, 2 seconds. You want it to last forever.
Right.
So time is not what we think. It's just it's relative to how you feel. So understanding how to create moments, understanding how to live in a moment, and understanding that, that's all we really have is that moment of time, and just to enjoy it. I myself have learned how to live in the moment, and I always fight to get back to that moment, because out of that moment is fear, is stress, is what ifs, is all these other questions, because you're dealing with calendar, you're dealing with winter, you're dealing with fall, you're dealing with spring. But when you really live in that moment, that's what life is. That's all life. It's all creation. It's all things you need in that moment. So that's life right there, bro.
I gotta let that one breathe, y'all. Yo, no, real talk, because that makes me think. I think I struggle with living in the moment. I'm the type that's so goal oriented that it's gotta be like this is gotta happen. This is what I gotta do. And then every time I do that, I create my own stress.
Yeah, most
that nobody else did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I seriously, like, I literally create the haters that is assumed that we have. I create them in my mind.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm living not in the moment, but I'm thinking this has got to be here. I gotta have this. I gotta do this when I'm this age. Like, it gotta be all this. Oh, I'm not financially free yet. I should be there. Like, instead of actually taking advantage of the moment. So that's big.
It's huge, man.
Yeah,
it's huge. And it's a trained mentality to live in the moment. And am I an expert of it? Heck no. But when I find that moment, I try to ride it out for as long as I can. And it's life. It's pure life. It's like really all creation in there. Nothing matters. You're the creator, and everything that you conceive in that moment is wonderful. That's life.
Right.
That's true life.
you still already answered it, but why do you celebrate life?
Oh man, why? Why do you celebrate life? Life is a sphere, man. It's life is a big sphere, and you can look at it a clock without numbers. It's just what it is. Life is gonna always recycle itself, and so the celebration of the why of celebrating life, because you're really celebrating recycling back to the wholeness of you, the fullness of you, because you have a simple life. Always starts off as simple. Think about a kid. We hear a baby crying in the background right now. All the baby wants is milk, want food, they want attention, they want to be hugged, change me. It's simple, right? And then as we go through this reality, this life that we see for ourselves, it becomes more complex, more complex, more complex. We add things to it. We add stress to it because we don't understand that moment. And all the moment is just recycling back to your fullness. So we came to this world, and it was simple, and it became complex, and then we're back to simple. Look at a circle. Simple, simple, complex, complex, back to simple. Beginning, 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 end, middle, end, beginning. That's life. So why do we celebrate? Why do I celebrate life? Because I'm celebrating that I'm getting back to simplicity, getting back to being reconciled back to the wholeness of me, being reconciled back to the Creator, the one being, the one thing that made everything perfect. And I, in my non-understanding, have made it unperfect. And now I'm celebrating because it's like every step I take, no matter if I think it's wrong or if I think it's right or if I think it's up or down or indifferent, I'm celebrating because at the end of the day, I'll be reconciled back to a wholeness. And if you guys ever been in a wholeness state of life, is once again, it's that moment, is that fullness, is that joy. Like nothing can stop me. I'm everything, and I can bless everybody. So constantly celebrating that it's something right around the corner. No matter if I just get down to it, no matter if I just murder somebody, or somebody just murdered my family, or something bad just happened, or something great just happened. Celebrating all those moments, because you're always recycling back to that simplicity and wholeness of you. And we're gonna be crying and wanting food and baby food and just being taken care of. And the truth of the matter is we're gonna be taking care of ourselves. But I'll tell you more about that later. But just celebrating the reconciliation back to fullness and completeness of you. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, soak that in. I'm gonna have to watch this again, my dang self. And with that being said, with so much being covered within these two questions, if you had to give like one of your students, one of your student athletes, one of your mentees, a brief, excerpt, a brief statement of how or why or what celebrate life means to you, what would you tell them?
What celebrate life means to me? It means follow your truth, man. It sounds simple, and it really is. It is simple because that's the simplicity of it. Then we add all these complex derivatives to it, all these extra things, but it's to follow your truth. Whatever your truth is, that's your life. And then your truth has the moment, your truth has creation, your truth has your expression of your life, your truth has everything in it. That's the real heartbeat of you. And if you're aware of it so freely and can hear it, and you're willing to take that step to follow that truth, that's the biggest piece, to follow your truth. Because that's let's look at it like this. If your truth is sitting right here and it's saying, yo, I'm your truth, I'm your flow, I'm everything that you need, right? And you say, that's cool, I feel you, I felt you, I know you're my truth, but I'm gonna stay over here and I'm gonna do it like this. You may have one of those golden moments or enjoy the moment, let's just say 3 times out of the month, right? And those moments are excellent. All right, you look at the clock, that moment started at 1 hour or 5 minutes ago and went for an hour. All right, you have 3 or 4 of those, or maybe once a month. But your truth is more like forever living. Like you have those moments all the time, and you know what the truth is. So no matter what your truth is, don't be afraid to step out in it. What people are gonna say, how they're gonna look at you, because once you step out of it, you're in your fullness, and when you're in your fullness, you're a natural leader anyway. and they're gonna start following you and asking you, how did you do that? How did you step out like that? And how do you live so freely? And that's the biggest thing, man. So follow your truth. It's beating in your heart now. You can feel it. So don't deny that. Just go ahead and follow it.
Most definitely. Sensei, thank you for the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding. Before we go, what's some ways that people can follow you on social media?
So my biggest platform that I use is Instagram. So at Billy.A.McMullen. You can follow me. I shoot a lot of motivational videos on there. I do a lot of some training with some kids on there. A little bit piece of my life is on there. So you can follow, just follow me, and then you can. I'm pretty sure Mo's gonna post some things on there, so you can follow some other platforms. But Instagram's the best way. So that's Billy.A.McMullen. Follow me, man.
Most definitely. And if y'all have questions, like you said, the information y'all can see in the video is popping up right now. But if y'all have questions, DM them, message them. Man, like, don't sit here and look at the video, get this information, and not ask how, why, what to do, what's the steps. Man, actually reach out, and that's what it's meant for. Reach out and get some information. Reach out and just talk to someone. This is what social media is used for, really. You have direct access to people that can help you alter your life, all right? So, thank you, Sensei, again. This has been Celebrate Life, 531. You already know what it is.